So I got an experiment, folks. These tomatoes here, this is the part 2 of my explaining of my future heirloom tomatoes that I'm going to be growing. You see, these are a combination of indeterminate and determinate tomatoes now, because I had an indeterminate variety of tomatoes growing in the raised bed over there, and then determinate varieties of tomatoes growing right next to it. And you see, the determinate ones were the ones that I was planning on keeping myself, because I was just interested in the one, in the determinate one. I didn't even know it was a determinate. I thought it was a indeterminate. But anyways, the indeterminate one is a tall type. It grows tall, and it's called a better boy. And the determinate, I had no idea what it was called, and I just named it Holy Ravioli before I even grew it. You see, I grew something similar to it. Like, it looked exactly like the same tomato years prior to it, and I grew it like, I think, twice. But damn horsefly. Hold on. Anyways, I grew something similar to this, like, I think twice, and I never collected the seeds from it. But anyways, it turned out to be a determinate bushy type of tomato, and my mother planted some indeterminate tall type of tomatoes. So I got a cross of in between. Literally, I took one tomato from the indeterminate plant and one from the determinate. So I got literally a 50-50 mixture, basically, ratio of indeterminate and determinate seeds mixed together that were already pollinated together, because the bees and pollinators did that anyways. So basically my goal here is to just simply grow as many of these as possible and try to focus all my energy on growing just these, mainly, personally, and getting these grown personally, because the more that happens, the more generations of these things growing in many different ways. Miracle Grow, like synthetic fertilizer, and like organic, and Miracle Grow does make organic, by the way, but as many different ways as possible. This same tomato, I think I can make one of the most versatile, high producing, really good tasting, heirloom, global family, global traded, free flowing, not overly priced tomato and variety of tomato genetics. So yeah, what I just said is what I want to be done. And also basically my goal, yes, it is to get as many of these grown, but me personally, I only want to deal with 100 of them, because I'm a lazy boy. I got 100 of these, and whatever gets the equivalent of 8 other different varieties of crops. That's the reason why I'm saying that's actually a lot of work, 100 of these to begin with, because that out there was about 50 to 60 tomato plants, and this right here is 86 or 87 tomato seeds, and I'm planning on doing 100. That's going to be a lot of work here in the heat and humidity that we deal with, because I'm sweating just sitting here explaining this. But anyways, and also the season is already over for these tomatoes, pretty much, I guess. I don't know. I went through a crisis, a personal crisis. Had to go to a psych ward. Don't really feel like explaining all that at the moment. But anyways, I'm back now, and this is what I have left, along with 8 other varieties of crops. And what I learned was, if I was able to go and disappear and not maintain a garden, and these crops are still around, that shows me that they're worthy of keeping around. And I just dropped some seeds. Damn. It's okay. Not too many though. I'll figure out how many I got left. But these seeds are worth keeping around, in my opinion. Damn, just having a terrible time here. But anyways, yeah, however many I got of these left now is how many I'm gonna, well, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna make more seeds from these plants in general, and 100 is how many I want personally at this moment, if I could do it. That's the maximum though. I might only grow, I don't know, 50. It's whatever my amount of space will allow me, because I got this, or actually this and 7 other varieties of crops, and I only have a certain designated amount of space that I want to grow these for life. And basically that's the setup that I want for everybody. I don't really want them to sell the produce and try to make money selling the produce, because I don't think they can make a lot of money doing that. But what I do think they can make a lot of money off of is growing the same size amount of crops of these same varieties of vegetables with me, and whoever wants to join freely can join. And all I'm saying is $2.50 for whatever size pack of seeds you think is the fair amount for the year, and I'll have a way of justifying that, whatever you feel like you worked for. But I wouldn't make it ridiculous, and I would keep it small scale for every person and just be seed salespersons. And that's what I'm planning on doing with these seeds, is making it a way where people can make their own money selling their own seeds that they love. And it don't have to be these, it don't have to be mine. I'm just promoting and doing something similar to what I'm doing, because people are trying to take away our rights to be able to do these types of things. And it's wrong, because we've been able to do it since the dawn of time, it seems. And now they're making stuff like basic, ways of making money, even if they're honest as can be, illegal. And I'm at least trying to make a stop to that.